Hey everybody, I'm Aaron Alsop. I'm here with Lars Lindstrom, the DP for Llama Nation. We actually just filmed a great video where Lars kind of explained to us how to get B-roll the right way. And when setting up the shot for the scene we just did, he was kind of explaining a bit why he wanted to choose the lighting, specifically here. So Lars, can you just tell us, how did you kind of set up the lighting for the shot we just did?
Okay, yeah, absolutely. There's a certain shooting style that's a little bit popular right now where you expose for the shadow side of a person's face and you let the background either go, or you try to find something that's also shadow side and expose for it. It's a softer light, but you also, we were in a position where we were able to use the sun as a backlight, a little bit of a side light, and then we pushed in some light, which we don't have right now. Maybe let's go ahead and push some light back in so we can see what it looks like on the face. Maybe come a little closer. And a little, yeah, right there. So as you can see, and tilt up a little bit more, yeah, right there. So it's not a whole lot, but it's just enough to make a little pop for the eyes and bring out some of that skin tone just a little bit. This is a very traditional setup. I like to follow a 180, just a straight line from my backlight, bounce a little bit from the front, or if I've got an actual source, light source, that same line exists. And it's really nice in this particular location because the house behind us is also in the shadow side. So we're going to stand out because we're backlit. That gives us some separation. We're pushing a little light back into us that also establishes that we are separate from this background image. But we also are able to get a nice exposure for the background without blowing it out. Now if the sun had been over on this side, the house is white and would have been blowing out because it's about a stop, maybe 2 stops brighter than skin tones. So it would have been a totally different situation. It would have been a much harder setup. So when you are out shooting, look for situations where you can use the sun as a backlight, push a little of that sunlight back in, and shoot for that exposure.
Okay, so kind of going off with that, let's say for the documentary we wanted to shoot an actual interview here. Does that kind of go back to then doing location scouting and then saying, okay, well, if we want to shoot here, we want this, we need to make sure that we come here at this time.
Absolutely, and there's a lot of cool tools that you can download for your smartphone. I have one called Sunseeker.
Oh, okay. And
basically, whenever I go to a location, I'll look at the schedule that the AD has provided. Sometimes that's not provided, so you'll have to give that information to your AD. That just kind of says, you look around and you say, okay, the sun is going to be where I want it to be at 2:30 p.m. on the day we're shooting. So you talk to your director or your first AD and you say, hey, just so you know, I want to start shooting at this location at 2:30. And they can work that into the schedule and make that happen for you. But yeah, as a DP, you have every right in choosing times for locations because that's going to depict a lot of the way that your final product looks.
Okay. Now, one final question. You've got a really great bounce card here. Let's say, I can't afford to get a, bounce card like this. What are some good substitutes so I can still get something?
Anything that's white.
Anything that's white.
Anything. Go get some foam core down at your local craft store for like $3 and push it back. It'll do the exact same thing. We're very fortunate to have this. This is from a company called PhotoFlex. It's super convenient. It's airport friendly. It kind of pops down and then you can pull the cover right off. And you can mount these things on a stand so they're not like those flimsy circular ones.
Oh, okay.
So, those you can't really mount on stands. You need someone to be holding them. These are great because you can pop them up, throw a crossbar on it, set it down on a stand and forget it. And so we're very fortunate to have this. If you have the production budget, definitely get something like this. But yeah, like I said, if that's kind of out of the means or in your pinch, anything white will reflect nicely.
Okay, awesome. Well, hope you guys found this as enjoyable and educational as I did. Make sure to check out the Llama Nation Facebook page, facebook.com/Llama Nation Film. We'll have a link in the description below. Also, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We're going to have a lot more videos with Lars, also the director Tanner Shinnick, and also John Meyer, the assistant director right here. You can see him on camera. But yeah, thanks for watching and stay classy.